The grav-drive sputtered again, a sickening groan echoing through the shuttle's cramped cabin. Ristova gripped the arms of her command chair, her knuckles white. "Tanaka, status report." "It's fluctuating, Captain," Tanaka replied, his voice tight with anxiety. The diagnostics panel flickered with erratic readings, a chaotic dance of red and yellow. "Graviton emissions unstable. I'm not getting a coherent signal. It's like the forest itself is interfering." Ristova's gaze drifted to the viewport. The dense alien forest, a tapestry of sickly green and violet, pressed against the shuttle's hull. It had been beautiful initially, but now its suppressive presence felt malevolent. "Ramirez, external senses." "Nothing," Captain Ramirez stated, his voice devoid of inflection, still registering the same anomalous readings. Gravitational distortion field emanating from the Obsidian Spire. No sign of the Raven asterisk. "Thorne," Ristova said, turning to the crewmen who had been strangely quiet since their encounter with the Keepers. Thorne's eyes were vacant, fixed on some unseen point. "Report." Thorne's head tilted slightly, a slow, deliberate movement. "The slumbering one desires balance. The forest remembers." His voice was flat, toneless, utterly unlike his own. A chill ran down Ristova's spine. Thorne's words were unsettling, cryptic, yet disturbingly precise. She exchanged a worried glance with Ilara, the shuttle pilot, who was struggling to maintain a semblance of control amidst the escalating chaos. "Thorne, what do you mean by balance?" Ristova pressed, her voice sharp. "The forest provides. The spire directs. The slumbering one awaits release." Thorne's lips curved into a faint, unsettling smile. Ristova felt a wave of nausea wash over her. Thorne was no longer Thorne. He was a puppet, reciting the pronouncements of something else. She knew, with a certainty that settled deep in her gut, that the Keepers were somehow manipulating him, using him to communicate their intentions. "Ilara, can we stabilize the shuttle?" Ristova asked. "Trying," Captain Ilara replied, her voice strained. "The inertial dampeners are failing. We're being pulled somewhere. The star charts are useless. I'm not recognizing any of these constellations." The shuttle lurched violently, throwing the crew against their restraints. Alarms blared, a cacophony of warnings that only amplified the sense of impending doom. "We're entering a new system, Captain," Tanaka announced, his voice trembling. "An uncharted system. The readings are unlike anything I've ever seen." Ristova braced herself as the shuttle emerged from the gravitational distortion field. They were surrounded by a bizarre, alien landscape. Two suns, one crimson and one gold, bathed the scene in an otherworldly glow. Strange, crystalline formations jutted from the surface of the planet below, reflecting the light in a dazzling display. "What is this place?" Ristova murmured, her voice filled with a mixture of awe and dread. "I don't know, Captain," Tanaka replied, "but the grav-drive is completely offline. We're adrift." Suddenly, a voice crackled over the comms. It was distorted, panicked, barely audible. "Mayday, mayday, this is Alpha 7, we're under attack. The Spire's alive, they are everywhere." The transmission abruptly cut off. Ristova's heart sank. The Raven asterisk, and Alpha 7 were gone, consumed by whatever lurked on that planet, or controlled by the Spire. "Ramirez, try to re-establish contact with Alpha 7. Ristova ordered. "Ilara, plot any course. Get us away from this system." "Captain," Thorne interjected, his voice still flat, unsettling. "Departure is undesirable. The slumbering one requires a sacrifice." Ristova spun around, her hand instinctively moving towards her sidearm. "Thorne, I order you to be silent." Thorne didn't respond. He simply smiled, a slow chain curve of his lips. "Ilara, fighting to maintain control of the shuttle," cried out Captain. "I'm picking up energy signatures. Multiple contacts. They're approaching fast." Ristova peered out the viewport. Emerging from the crystalline landscape were shades, elongated and distorted, shimmering with an oily iridescence. The Keepers. They were closing in. "Prepare for combat," Ristova commanded, her voice tight with grim determination. "Tanaka, try to reboot the grav-drive. Anything. We need to get out of here." As the Keepers surrounded the shuttle, Ristova knew, with a cold certainty, that their ordeal was far from over. They were trapped in a nightmare, a pawn in a cosmic game they didn't understand, and the slumbering one, whatever it was waiting. The lead Keeper extended a long, slender arm towards the shuttle's viewport, its blank, light-absorbing eyes fixed on Ristova. A voice, cool and resonant, echoed in her mind. "Asterisk, join us, but asterisk."